catfish. We doing both. We got to get that lapel bike. But Ed, I want to know from you. We got two candidates sitting here. You're a very influential person. People care about what you think. How do you grade, or what does it take before you throw your name behind somebody?
I don't endorse folks. Like I said, I'm really not a political person. I'm a civics person. And I think that even from what I've heard today from our candidates is that we are failing our students in school in not teaching civics.
Correct.
People graduate and don't know how government works even at a local level. And that's actually a big reason behind these coffee chats is that I'm also on the board of our super neighborhood for Third Ward. And we get people coming to our super neighborhood meetings, and we're talking about all these things happening in the city, and people don't know what a TERS is, what a management district is, what a redevelopment authority is, you know, what the general fund is, and the fact that there's ad valorem tax cap, and what a local government corporation is, and how's that different from a nonprofit. And like, so that's why we started the coffee chat, because we said, okay, I literally one day said, maybe Friday at Doshi House, I'll explain some things. And a bunch of people came, and they said, can we do this again next Friday? And now we have over 150 of those. It
really
chats.
is. It is. If y'all have not been, they do them at Ratto Market.
Yeah.
And do you know, and I should get my Third Ward card revoked, because I did not know that Ratto was short for El Dorado.
Oh.
Ratto Market.
Yeah.
Did you
I
know?
love that
See?
phrase.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Somebody broke it down for me, and I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Well,
okay.
See, that's why you need to come to the coffee chat. We break things down.
Wow.
Yes.
But really, we need to take that time to catch people up to speed.
Yes.
Because things are very complicated. You know, the Columbia Tap Trail, it goes through 2 council districts. It goes through 4 TERS districts. It goes through 3 management districts. There's state representatives we deal with. We deal with issues at the federal level. When Centerpoint was coming through and trying to bulldoze again through the Ace Memorial Garden, cutting down trees for their high voltage lines, we had the only way to stop it was getting Sheila Jackson Lee on the phone.
See?
Because our utilities have Texas state exemption from city rules. They don't have to they don't have to get any permission from Public Works to do things. And so we literally had to get our federal rep on the phone to get them to stop chopping down these trees. And this is why we mobilize people through these coffee chats. Now, I will tell you, there are candidates that I'm supporting behind the scenes and helping them with their policies.
Yeah.
And that's how I give my support.
That's true.
And I support the folks that I see supporting the community.
Yes.
So don't only come and show up at the super neighborhood meetings when you're running for office.
And it comes off.
Yeah.
They show up to the meetings. They don't be knowing what be going on. They don't be knowing nobody. You could have just stayed at home.
Yeah,
should have just stayed at home.
But to your point, that's who you should be tapping on. I mean, actually, I'm reworking a version of the bill that got HIZ taken over, and I'm reworking it. I'm actually trying to send it through the education experts. Like, if we did this, and ultimately instead of a takeover, it would be a fine. Because the idea of not letting schools continually fail, I get that. I can dig that part. Having the school board taking over for one school.
Yes.
Not necessarily in favor of. So, you know, my thought is a potentially escalating fine. Yeah. But what are the ultimate consequences? Now, I can do research, but I would rather people who are experts in the field. How's it going to affect these different communities if you do that? Yeah. And will it work before you just throw it in the legislation and then all of a sudden the school district is taking over and you say, well, dang, what happened? Yeah. So.
Kathy Bluford Daniel says before Danny was too nice. Can't play footsie in a race against an incumbent, and that is true.
Right.
I'll tell you, when I ran in Michigan, it was wild because I was nice. I was trying to be respectful. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yeah. And there was this one lady who would come to all the forums. She drove a raggedy, 2007 Chevy Trailblazer, and the hatch wouldn't stay down, right? But she would ask the same question at all the forums. You're going to forums. You see the same 12 people, 30 people, because they're involved and they're engaged. And they're not to be discounted because they are the tentacles. What Miss Kathy says when she bumps into people at the store or it matters.
Yes.
I didn't even know some stuff that I post and people know. I'm like, what? You pay attention to this? You watch this? Right. And so it's it has to be clear. It has to be concise. This one time, it was one of those days like today where I haven't had dinner. I haven't had lunch. I was late on the plane, blah, 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 blah. And she got a different version. I responded to her respectfully, but I let her have it. I let her have it. And I that passion was like a tipping point. A lot of people, when it was over, I was like, damn, I done disrespected this church lady. It's over now. I ain't from here. It's all right. But people were like, yeah, man, I didn't know you had it in you, And so, like, I would love to be in the room when you do debate prep. I think Harold Dutton, like, say what you want, he's an orator.
He's a good orator. I agree.
He is... But I've seen him get frazzled. Well, I've seen him get right.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, oh, okay, lean in there a little more.
He's a good storyteller. I will say that. Great. He gives great stories. They don't usually always answer the question though.
But it doesn't matter.
He goes around about, and you're like, well,
but
that wasn't what nobody asked you.
Because here's what happened last time. Last time they asked you, what color's the sky? And you said, well, it depends. During the day, it's a lighter blue. In the evening, it's more of a darker blue. Sometimes it could be midnight blue. The sky essentially is blue. Mr. Dutton, what color is the sky? Well, let me tell you about the history under that sky that I have led this district in, and what we face as a people right now. And it's just like, but watch. Out of 100, 90 people are like, right? So it's like there's the Chronicle editorial answer, and then there's the Good Hope Missionary Baptist Church Forum answer, and then there's the somebody bump into you at HEB answer.
True.
And I think you're a smart guy. You know that it is a show. Yeah, it's on Disney. Okay.